Hello, Mike test 1, 2, 3. Alright, Mike's picking up. A post there, right? Yep. I got the post there, good. I posted there. Pretty much everything's set up. Pretty good. And behind my left ear hurts a little bit from my headset. Very annoying, but I'll live. Now I might as well just switch on over and get in. Oh. I don't need that plane, thank you. I only have the main core. We also have the air blast drills, which are going to be so nice. Like, it's just so good. Should we probably upgrade these all to air burst ones? Probably. Would be a good idea to do that. It would increase our throughput quite a bit. Oh, like a force field projector I can't claim yet. Anyway, what do we have next? I can't remember. Salt Flats. Painted Woods, Perilous Harbor, and Overgrowth. I want to see what Salt Flats is like, and also I do want the water extractors. I didn't want any sand. I also don't want any coal. Man, it feels like we're barely printing anything. I don't know why they're flat hard for that. Whatever. Alright, salt flats. It doesn't look like it was changed. At least on the initial look. Yep, pretty much. Not changed. Got some large solar panels. Oh! Some water extractors, eh? Alright. Power-wise, we don't really got a whole lot, I know that part. Also the salt flat, so a little harder too. And because of that. Might as well get some polys up first, and I keep forgetting it's now in that section and not in the miscellaneous one. Just fucks with me. No! It's not miscellaneous anymore, it's now in transport. As annoying as it can be. And of course that's not generating a whole lot of power. I even researched that, or are you gonna force me to you're gonna force me to capture salt flats first? Well, that's a little bit annoying. I just wanted to make some water for steam. I guess no, I have to have steam, huh? No, if I want to do steam... Like, the only real power source I can really use is solar. That's it. Everything else is not really on the table because there's no water here. And I need to capture the salt flat because I get to actually make water here with water extractors over there. Just not a whole lot, unfortunately. Now that does make it a little harder to be able to do anything power-wise. I do mean anything. Still gonna do it anyway. Get what I can. I definitely want overflow. I don't really need to use the copper belts, I guess, but why not? It's not even connected! What do you mean it's not even connected to the silicon? That is so weird. Is that an oversight? Or is that on purpose? A fun question. Is it on purpose or is it an oversight? You don't know. Okay. I need to make a little bit of solar panels at least. And I also would like a light so I can actually see. Actually, I don't even need daggers. Daggers don't do anything. Daggers are pretty terrible. That generates more than one silicon you can consume. Fascinating. And yeah, it's all about. And of course, it reset that thing again. A pretty little light. Let's go with a deep color. So why not? Definitely want you to be right there. Okay, you know what? Upgrade. Definitely not going to be able to produce that much, but it is going to be something. You can also switch this to an impact, even though it's going to kill power quite a bit, but I don't think it'll be that bad. Got some free power. Technically, it's free power, but you know, it's solar. Solar is just shit in this game. It's so bad. It's sad. Like, I wish it did get buffed a little bit, so it's like more valuable. More of a reason to actually use it, considering this. You only have to. Well, you can only really use it here because there's no water. Pretty terrible in that regard. Okay, so you're gonna come right that direction, huh? Okay, with quasars we should pretty much be able to butt rush. There's the main power. Combustion there, but that's not a whole lot. Quite a bit of combustion right here, so if you took that out first, and then you come over here, take out this battery, there shouldn't be a whole lot of power left, so we can take out that and then get the core. Of course, there are hails here, but the hails shouldn't be too bad. Oh look, they're also depending on that. Oh yeah, there's combustion. I forgot about combustion. Combustion is a thing that we could actually use for power. See how well I remember about combustion after all these hours. Also, I am going to switch this to impact. Mainly so we could just get more overall coal. I'm gonna put you right there. Alright, so we need combustion because we don't really have much better power source, annoyingly. Actually, don't need to pause it. Too aggressive for pausing. I'm gonna put a regular battery here. Regular battery? That's a large battery. What am I talking about? I can't talk today. And again, when can I ever talk? Talking's not my strong suit. Everyone watching me doesn't come here for me talking. Come here to watch me not be able to talk. Fuck me? What are you fucking me for? I should get some graphic going. But hi, Essie, how you doing? These ones can be combustion. Imagine fighting with windows. Can't be me! Sorry, I just had to. Something about Linux makes you want to do that. Can't help the combustion. No, I need to turn it that way. Turn it that way. Go in the core. I'm gonna guess because of Arc. I'm trying to find your save file. For the server. I need underflow. Like, that mount will take care of it nicely. Dagger shouldn't be able to really take any real damage, yes. Yep, quickly eliminated. Real nice. Alright, we're up to 9 quasars. Oh. While these go in mine, please. We could just use some more resourcing in general. Silicon is definitely going pretty good. Oh, you're not able to get your output fully. What if I did that? It does seem to get the sand mostly out of the way. A bit positive on power still. Silicon is slowly draining, but I don't really care, to be honest. Actually, I do need to worry a little bit about air units because they might come at me. Might? They definitely will. They always will. You are never safe from air units. Not in this game. I want to rip your face off. And I'll gladly do it for free. Okay, you can go back to mining. Going like that. Voila. Why are you trying to go that way? You could just stay and play with me. Solar output is 7.2. Compared to 60. Yeah. Absolutely terrible. You shouldn't really go with a solar. Solar's just so fucking terrible no matter what it is. It's really sad. It could be like a really good one, but... Oh wait, no, you do not go mining. Even though it would be helpful to have titanium, a little bit more titanium, but really, we just need the soldiers. We could shove another one right there in that case, since you're pretty much full. That should help a little bit, I imagine. How about that way? That'd probably be more efficient. Hey. Oh wow, that's outputting quite a bit of coal. Of course it's water boosted, so it's... what? Mining 3.24 times speed, pretty much. Yeah, water boosted is really good for drills. It wasn't clear in the last several streams of Mindustry. Why is there a liquid tank set right here? I just realized there's liquid tanks here with no connection at all. That's odd. It's funny that salt flats just pretty much stayed the same. Like, no changes or anything. Just gonna stay like that. To be honest, I was hoping that salt flats would at least change a little bit. You don't at all, thankfully, so... Alright, all polys are basically done. Could build mono still. Wouldn't be a bad idea. Quite a few hells. I wasn't expecting that many, god. Yeah, that's quite a line. Not as much as a weak point as I thought it would be, huh? So this man quasars really take care of it easily, so... Not like I'm really under threat. Alright, and that's pretty much salt flats. There's still a little bit of power right there. Funny. And might as well disassemble all this for resourcing. But now we have water. Oh, there's oil extractor. Finally. Oil extractor's really nice because it's a much better way of making oil. It just requires water, being on sand, and being fed sand. That's it. It also outputs 15 oil a second. Of course, it is it is more efficient on some tiles, and less efficient on others. Like this tile, for example, the salt, only 30%. Regular sand, 70%. There's apparently another tile that was actually 200%. Which I think is like the tiles that usually titanium stands on, they're just really annoying. Yeah, that tile. That tile's 200%, so I make 30 oil a second. Yeah, a lot more of my builds are now a lot more useful. Well, I say builds, like... a lot of these are just from other people. I take it pretty much, like, the core phase here, core surge, core tier 5. Yeah, this old build. So funny to think I did that instead of just, you know, hooking it up to the core directly. Of course, there's some other builds for the other planet. Can't use those here. Ah, mass phase. Mass graphite, mass glass. But I am really interested is the mass silicon blueprint I have. Cause that's really good for making silicon. That requires quite a bit of power and all, but hey, not much of a problem. You can just follow me around, even though you probably can't really do a whole lot. But yeah, this is mostly just gonna be like outposts. What comes after salt flats? Tar fields, and I need to capture tar fields to get onto that one. Tar fields, the outskirt of an oil production zone between the mountains and the desert. One of the few areas of usable tar reserves. Although abandoned, this area has some dangerous enemy forces nearby. Do not underestimate them. Research oil processing technology if possible. It feels so nice having water extractor and oil extractors. Make life so much nicer. Alright. First we need to go back to nuclear complex. As our resourcing. Not completely filled up on those, really. Well, in that case, I guess it's time to upgrade these. We're not just gonna upgrade them, we're gonna give them water! I actually want them to be aligned, thank you. Yeah, that will help a little bit with thorium production. These drills are not only just better, but they're also powered by water now. To get even more production output. Of course, we can also do the titanium and increase that one. I'm gonna have to move. Jesus, slightly. So I can actually output. Since I was doing that. Yeah, that's a good bit more titanium. It's not seeming to have water throughput issues in that regard, thankfully. Alright. Might as well also upgrade this because why not? But that's gonna do. Did it like that? It would probably be better. You'd easily be able to leach the titanium off that, much easier. How am I gonna feed? Actually, I know how I'm gonna feed this one easily. For that one, like that one, and then I can do it like that. Lots more titanium. And also do the same for this setup. That would speed it up a little bit more too. So I should switch this to a container so I can actually output a little faster titanium. Because on the plastanium belt it'll just get absorbed instantly rather than slowly absorb. Belts go. Okay, can you guys go away there for a second? Megas can go there. Put that like that. Get that all nicely connected in that regard. Real fun part, of course. I get you like that way. I think that takes care of the issue more. I take you guys this way. Get that much nicely done. Alright. Redone, more titanium. Titanium is slowly building up. We don't have enough throughput, which would mean we would have to pretty much do titanium belts along the whole goddamn way. Active like plot, I actually have to move that thing. Of course I'm gonna have to move those belts just slightly. Curse of expandability. Think you made a spendable design, but you didn't. Who didn't leave enough room in the first place? Yeah, cursors. No, there's silicon going in there. There's also titanium in those ones. What did I do? Fuck if I don't. Kind of deal. Yep. That's getting up better to my standards anyway. Before I move on to the next one, which might be Tar Fields or it might be Perilous Harbor. Not exactly sure which one yet. But how you doing? And of course all my titanium is spilling out and my silicon and all. I should have foresaw all this beforehand, but whatever. It's the curse. And of course... that's going that way, right? Maybe I should have made this into one belt. That would make it a lot easier, per se. Go like that, so we can then... no, you gotta move there. Go like that. Care of it. I can switch this to a container. I can do this. First, if I go over it there, that will do that. Voila. Should be able to get all the way through without any problems now. And no mixing of the belts. Does mean a little bit more titanium is going into the core rather than titanium production. I could easily just take care of it if I just did. Pretty much that. But I can rebuild that thing. Underflow, underflow, junction, junction. No, I don't want to build that, thank you. Voila. Well, re-established. I probably should take the time to fully upgrade this place, but I don't know, would it really be worthwhile to do so even though it's my main base now? Like, it could increase the production quite a bit. There's a silicone stopped. Oh, because titanium got in the build, that's why. Because of the titanium! What else would it be, Halloran? Titanium problems. Okay, that build is fixed. How about you? Oh, so nice of that one to be fixed instantly, pretty much. Okay, silicon belts are running again. Yeah, that is true. Future transport. At the moment, we are making a slight excess right now, I think. Making 400-ish oil a second with our current spore. And we're not exactly using it at all for titanium. And we always could, well, we have plenty of sand, so we could always expand it some more too. Since we unlock oil extractors now, since we went to salt flats. How are you doing? I don't have that, so I can't claim that. Okay, these actually are the best spots. Over around the titanium. Probably some of the only real good spots anyway. Can't place it. I do understand why they nerf oil extractor of the tiles you can place it on, but it's still really annoying. Cause like, I wish spore oil was a slightly better space-wise. Because oil extractors are just so much more efficient. In every regard. Yeah, they did change the nuclear complex quite a bit. I do mean quite a bit. Like, this area is now smaller in the bottom left. A little less room overall, getting it back to the top. Added quite a few structures around, like to tease you. Like the Spectre over here, and of course shield projector. There was also a phase weaver. So annoyed I didn't get that after this one. Main nightmare is really just the eclipse. That tier 5 is annoying. Let's say right now. Anyway, everything's filled. Bases don't attack thankfully anymore, so I don't have to worry about that. Tar fields would probably be the ones that take me over to overdrive if I had to guess, but I do want to play with boats some more, so let's go to harbor. And sure, I'll bring some sand and coal, I don't really care. So what's harbor like? Don't give me anything to start with, okay. Davos, so we got a core over here. Light defenses, what about power? Power is ore base, but you don't seem to have anything to... Oh, there it is. Steam generators to kick that off. What about over here? We've got 2 naval facilities over there. Decently defended right here, but that salvos and not hail, so it's pretty easy to take care of. Got a few ripples here. Another naval facility. Power. A little bit more power there. Of course, ripples to protect the core. Not too surprising. Another core right there, but not a whole lot to protect that core, so bottom core and that core are pretty easy to take care of. Good, good, good. Alright, let's get polys up first, as usual. Because what else are you gonna put up first besides polys? There's also not a whole lot of coal right here. Well, it's not gonna be that much of an issue. We're gonna get a decent amount of power. Start off with some hermetic drills so we can actually get some coal. I could actually add a air blast drill first, but I don't know if that would be a good idea at the beginning. Especially since solar actually really sucks ass. I do hope they really buff it at one point. If it gave like double the amount of power, it would be more decently worthwhile. I think like the main buff would probably be reducing the cost a little bit, probably by half for regular solar panels. Probably also the tier 2 versions, that would also help a lot. It's just so much resources for 7.2 power. Not a lot. It's really a sad amount. Oh yeah, we're also gonna need mono, so should get that going. Because that would at least let me not focus too much on getting lead and copper going. Oh, they gave us 10 minutes to set up before they start sending waves. Oh, that's pretty nice of them. Now that's going. And quickly swap it. Like that. Then we can add some water. Yeah, I knew it. I was fine. I do want you to try and output in the same spot. Okay, so there is excess coal. I will add another steam generator. I can put you right there. I do want a little bit more water to go with that too. It's to better supply it all. Yeah, it's overflowing in coal. Water seems to be positive with that. Okay. Monos are going. Not a lot of coal right there, but it'll at least be something. That going. Probably do be able to support 2 graphite presses, I imagine. probably should get some sand going considering we are doing Navy. Is that there? Because why not? Well, if I upgraded that to an impulse altogether... there's still plenty of water around here. Why did I switch off the water piping? I can put that there. Well, no, I want to kinda... Is it like flat? Bit ugly, but it does do the job. All that really matters, isn't it? As long as it does the fucking job. Actually, don't I have tier 3? Barrel, yes. Requires titanium, silicon, glass, and that was graphite and silicon, and then the silicon and glass. Oh, you're doing a lot more than I thought you would do. Okay, so let's do the electric one then. Seems a little bit of water, but it does will it'll output more. If you need more output. Especially if you want to make heat naval units with it. Yep, that's pretty much keeping up in line. Okay, so we got... Ow. Probably help if I actually have the lead going, wouldn't it? That's probably why I'm not making as much sense as I could be. I'm gonna put that there so it outputs more evenly. It's outputting even more coal still. Really? It's a coal. Good to know. Put that there, why not? I mean, it's also just one really complicated pipeline, so why not just steal from that as well? Another one. And that's all we need to actually start making boats. They're probably gonna send me air units and probably boats if I had to guess. That's what I'm mainly assuming anyway. But no, I still only have the tier 1 support boat, so I'm not gonna bother with those then in that case. Let's connect it up slightly still, so why not? Then we need underflow. You're only going to go to one spot, so... Oh, right. The excess coal from that is just gonna have to go into silicon. Now that kinda ruins some plans. Underflow, underflow. That's a glass, right? Yes. I should actually built it around the other way. don't need any, so you're pretty much fine. Then I'll add an armor conveyor right there, so you don't have to worry about that. I can just use this design. Yeah. Cheap and easy. This requires power. Unlock oil extractor, after all. Of course, you're doing that first. Do an underflow. You can also use it for the making everything else. Underflow on you. You go in there, and your car's gonna feed silicon from you into that. Try and distribute it that way. I don't have to worry about that as much. Of course, this is only regular sand, so it's not going to be as efficient, but it's still going to be efficient enough. I am going to switch that out. You guys, because you're going to be more power efficient. And I need you... this and this. Ah, it feels so nice having to be able to use this blueprint again. Actually, I don't think there even is Forium on this map, is there? Is there? No Forium. Not gonna have any of that issue with oil getting into that, so... Actually, I could have just avoided it if I put the routers on top rather than right next to the extractors, but whatever. Not gonna make problems anyway. But we have production of units now. Oh, I should have put it over here on the black sand because it's more efficient on black sand. Well, it's actually more... No, it is more efficient. 150% to be exact. Oh well. Does it really matter at the end of the day? A little bit cold there, but I don't really. Right, those things are actually still around. Huh. We don't have to worry about them. Oh, that's a beefy boat. Did it add a shield? Wow, it does have a shield. Even realize it did that on if anything. Very much took no health damage, cool. It does add junctions. I'll do it. Then we need a bit of graphite. Oh, overdrive's missing. I don't have an overdrive, so I can't place that thing there. I will do it. Actually, I want to move it that way. So that way we can actually steal more of the graphite. I do need to get some air defenses around my power, too. Don't worry about that. I gotta worry about everything. It's not gonna produce as fast as it could because there's no overdrive. I don't have that unlocked, so definitely not gonna move these as fast as it could. Go mine, please. Yeah, that spot will be fine for getting lead. Technically, I could just use this glass still, but... Oh! You don't seem to have enough power for all that graphite. Well, I guess I just gotta get rid of it then. Well, that's a little embarrassing. Have more did not have that amount of power as I thought it did. And of course, by doing that, I need to do this. Don't I have that diode? Yes, I do actually have the diode. But I can actually take care of that problem just slightly. Adding this diode so it... Don't want you connected like that, thank you. So that way it only gets excess power, it doesn't consume all of it. Which will help our power quite a bit. And considering we're still having excess coal, I can add another one of these. If it's poorly, of course, but... Well, if it works, it works. Who cares? Don't want you connecting to that, thank you. Make sure all the coal being used, hopefully. Actually, I could just do that. That way all the coal gets out of those two miners. And that seems to be doing the job pretty well. I'll add wood repair, and as figured, none of those are damaged. Oh, they're pretty much heavy artillery. You apparently don't outrange anything, really. But of course, they're heavy artillery, so it's not going to be as much as a problem. They don't seem to like to stay at max range, so I guess they didn't get that UI. Yeah, UI? Get that update compared to like fortresses. Alright. So that's a different section? Really? That's interesting. That's all different sections? That place was tiny in that case. I totally forgot about air defense. I got distracted, as usual. When don't I get distracted with other shit? Euclid. You can? Oh. Huh. That's a new thing. I didn't know that was a thing now. I'm just used to consuming them for resources. Ill to use indeed. Of course, we're also gonna overflow on this. Actually, help you with building this. It's gonna take forever anyway. So I'll knock a little bit more of. Oh, got everything there. Really only like affected this tiny spot with that base? Quite a bit of coal here though. Taking that out. A little bit of lead, a little bit of copper, but not like a really suffering per se. Like sure we could do more power. That would be pretty nice. Especially since we could get a forward outpost for pairing. Yeah, that's a lot of tiny little boats. Alright, let's do it. Since that patch is a little bigger, I think we can support fully free sets. Does mean we're also gonna have to make some amount of anti-air here as well, because they might just come over here. Along the base? That's bizarre. Must be a new glitch, possibly. I wonder what would cause that. Actually, did you have any unloaders touching them? Because they will pull out of the conveyors. Well, plasmatanium conveyors anyway. But I've been very careful about that one. Of course, if they come over here with the boats, we definitely need to add some of these here. Actually, need to add them a little further up ahead. And actually put repairs. They're not really that threatening, so I'll be fine with titanium. I don't know if they'll come around the other end. I think they would, but never know for sure if anything. Well, you want to take care of those things? No, they just seem to go to the core. Good. I can add these. You can be moved over here. Up with that. Surprised they're still using like regular belts at this place. 300. Well, there isn't a whole lot of titanium that we saw. So I guess that could be why. Weird. That is very, very weird. Could have gotten mixed up, I guess. Pitch conveyors can't get mixed up with rebuilding annoyingly. There's still battery there annoyingly. Let's go for that. And another core down. Wait, did that go over? No, the titanium block got broke. Never mind, it didn't go under the titanium block. I was confused for a second on how that happened. These tier 3 boats actually do quite a bit of work. Also, I want my pretty light. I don't need 2 of them, but thank you. Wasn't it V7 when they buffed the illuminators that actually illuminate quite a bit? I don't remember them illuminating much as they did. As much as they do. Okay, those are fully built. Good. Probably should move that. But it is working enough with silicone, but silicone's just not very good at the moment. So I might as well add another one here. Plus, you could just never have enough silicon for a resource. Research. I can't talk. What's talking? Talking hard. Anyway. Not do that exact same mistake I did with the oil before. I might as well upgrade the pump for that one as well, because why not? Let's make sure there's enough. 1.4, 4K. Power-wise, we seem to be fine. We have an excess of 5.4. Well, safely excess of that much. Still getting power somewhere? Oh, right there. Oh, you want to still annoy me on this side, huh, Ripple? Well, not anymore. And of course I attack during the nighttime, so it's a little harder to see everything. That off. A little bit more power right there. And now it should all just be battery, right? Please don't do that. Sector captured. New content available. What did we unlock? Oh, there's extraction outposts. A remote outpost constructed by the enemy for the purpose of launching resources to other sectors. Cross-sector transport technology is essential for further conquest. Destroy the base. Research their launch pads. Did we unlock anything tech-wise here? No. Oh, that one requires humid coastline to unlock the tier 2 version of the boat. We have to research something and capture overgrowth. I had to guess we need to get phase for tier 4, because I don't really remember the resource construction wise. Oh yeah, we had the Boreum disassembler. I keep forgetting about that, to be honest. I don't remember what's there. It's also humid coastline. Wouldn't be a bad idea. Overgrowth wouldn't be a bad idea either. Painted woods, I don't think we really need the oils badly yet. Of course, tar fields. Do you even know where humid coastline is? Apparently not. So that's a spot we can't go to yet to unlock whatever those are. I want you guys to mine! Let's expand the resourcing. Or is it not to, really? That's why not share more coal and sand everywhere. No reason really not to. How did titanium get in the glass belt? Ay ay ay. Oh, doesn't seem like there's any more. Oh, probably when I was upgrading that belt to titanium, that would probably explain it. Probably it would explain it, duh. What am I thinking? What's up at this silicon belt? Are you connected to that belt? What the hell? Why were you connected to that belt? That means nah. A sorter. An incinerator. Only glass can go through. Anything else will get deleted, so I don't have to worry about that. And why that bridge is going into that bridge, that's weird. Unless I built them around the same time, and then it would actually make a lot of sense, never mind. Annoying, but it would make sense. Finally bite the bullet on this one. Push boy it. Oh, more efficiently. Oops. Why is it all largely on that one now? Because you're mixing in with that one. Not supposed to be doing that. How are you supposed to be doing? Oh, damn. Didn't realize the titanium was backing up because of that. No, you're not getting titanium into that belt, thank you. Now it's outputting enough of that titanium belt. Okay. Got that going. I think resource-wise, we're pretty much fine for this place. At least of our current rate, anyway. Alright, Tainted Woods, I don't want to go there. Overgrowth could be annoying. Tar fields are probably unlock the path to overdrives. Traction outposts would be nice for launch pads. Though I don't like how launch pads are. Probably been changed a little bit since I tried the beta V8, but I kinda doubt that since the launch pads now require constant oil rather than like fill up a certain amount before they launch. I don't like that change. I hated that change so much. Oh, hi, Frit. You're doing heavy base, or not? Let's see what's over at Overgrowth. I'm kinda curious what that one's looking like anyway. Okay, you give me that free stuff. Yeah, they keep the old launch pads as vanilla ones anyway. Actually, a very nice touch. Oh, Overgrowth is a lot more different. Actually, more open. Hey, they saw me. I can't claim it though, because I don't have it researched, haha. A flare factory there. Those there. More containers. Containers don't seem to have resources anymore. Well, this was made before the launchpad changes because these have the legacy launchpads. So it was made before that part of the update. Oh, that's a fortress building. Oh, it's making crawlers, so it would actually make the spiders. Yeah, Silicon Crucible. Bolts over there. Okay. Now I can't claim the large solar panels because I don't know them. I don't like that change. Just let me actually be able to use them, just can't build them. Okay. Quite a bit of coal here, so I am going to use it for pretty much a steam. copper's not that much of a problem, so I'm not gonna worry about that. No, because junction. That. Oh, and I probably should actually get polys up and running. That would help too, wouldn't it? I keep going to Mystic because that's where unloaders were until now, but I can't fight the muscle memory that well. Keeps winning. Muscle memory is hard to beat, no matter what. Okay. Let's see. Put one right there, then I can go there with that. Actually, I should probably put that one right there. Where is our power coming from? Those things, okay. That makes sense. First wave in 1 minute. Okay, so that's not active just yet because it's on that world timer or something. Only activates after a certain amount of time has passed. Well, that's nice of them at least. Oh yeah, these things are gonna need water too, wouldn't they? That would probably help if I want to make some power of that, wouldn't it? No, I want monos, thank you. I figured I could have gotten away with that, but no. I think there could be quite a few daggers there. I really hate those large solar panels being there, but you can't use them. It's really annoying. Alright. Let's put these going. That going. Should expand upon this. Get it more well built. First, okay. Ow. You guys are blocking the way. That would do it. You know what? You guys can go take care of that air facility. Slowly going in your line. I'll feed some graphite along with the silicon. How much power do we have? Quite a bit. Also another coal spot right there, so it's not like coal itself is going to be much of a problem, technically. Put an armor conveyor there because I don't need that getting clogged up, thank you. That there. There is quite a bit of black sand here, surprisingly. So I could actually put quite a few silicon producers here. Yeah, you know what? That's what I'm gonna do. That's more efficient. Much more efficient. And it also allows that to be used more for graphite. Man, you guys are slowly going down. What happens if I put you there? Just need a little bit extra water, if anything. No. That's building up. That's building up. That's all building up. Okay, good. First, we're also gonna need some titanium, so might as well get that going. I foresee that's going to consume a lot of space, so I am going to do that. Do that. Use plastanium conveyors. Just for a little extra throughput. Apparently, that's not going to be enough space, so I gotta do that too. There we go. Probably should get a glass maker too, so I can actually get that going. Oh wait, I don't have mass drivers. So that blueprint is actually worthless. I'd help if I remember that detail, eh? Remembering details is worth a week, though. Not really. Grease. Remembering details is very helpful. I am gonna just merge it with the titanium. There's not much reason not to. I'd rather there because obviously. Probably not gonna consume that much sand, but I don't know. I'm gonna do that. I might as well just. Well, if I put you over here, that will allow me to. That, so I don't actually have to make another conveyor bridge. Voila. Easily taken care of in one step. And we're not power positive anymore. Well. Got even more steam power in that case. I think this deposit of coal would also be able to do the same. Or actually... That'd be worse efficiency. That does technically work. You missing crawlers? Oh. It wasn't reconnect properly. That would do it. Not fucking funny. Oh wait. I just remembered a trait about these things. They'll unload to conveyor belts by default. So I could just do that and they'll just unload nicely. That's still not enough water for you. Well, fine, I guess I'll add another junction. Another junction. Another impulse pump. Okay. With that nicely taken care of. I'm actually gonna switch that around. I think 2 fortresses would actually do it. Does pretty nicely. Could go for like quasars. That is an option. And probably also do better against the ripples too. Yeah, I should do the quasars instead. You guys go help with mining. thought I got rid of that flare. Well, I did thought I got rid of it. Apparently not. Well, in that case, I'm just gonna have to do that. Actually, assist me for a second so we can get this built. Now go back to mining, please. Okay, our air defenses should pretty much be fine. I mean, there's not really much reason to keep those. Just get rid of them. You guys right over there, because why not? Plenty of excess power, plenty of repair, plenty of everything, pretty much. But of course, if you want to come this way, well, I'm just gonna block it off. That way you're not incentivized to go this way. You only really go this way, so you get annihilated! As you should! Not supposed to go any other way. Ah, that's where the novas are coming from, right there. Ah, there's a bit of oil here as well. Actual oil. The most efficient form of getting oil. Like right there, we could get 105 a second. Imagine how much oil that is. Actually, I don't have a plastanium that doesn't have that mass driver, does it? No. Where's my mass driver? I need my mass drivers. I might as well just take out this outpost so it's not sending novas and also boats in the future. It annoys me enough. See, I want you to fly. That's totally not a very annoying sound to hear 10 times. Okay, boost back, please. Are you trying to get through over here? Is that it? I hope not. Unsurprisingly, silicon is not keeping up. Just can't turn the coal into... Well, turn oil into coal into silicon fast enough. Technically, we do need to expand slightly. Well, if you want it to be even faster anyway. But I think at current rate we're pretty much fine. Especially since we're almost done anyway. Well, building our current troops, that is. Why do you all like go in a straight line? Why did they do that? Why not just group together? Lots of thought thinking about that now. Expand this out. So we could actually put... No, I want my monos. Are they Star Fox? We're making a new Star Fox game? That's shocking. Figured they wouldn't, but... Well, I guess you could always be shocked, if anything. Okay, I am gonna build one of these, just to get a little bit more silicon. Of course, it also means I need to make a pyrite mixer. Which I actually could put it like that. Hi Piper, how you doing? Now, probably need to be able to output it, wouldn't I? Yeah, that will help slightly with the silicon. I want that being outputted there, thank you. Not this all going a lot, hopefully. Alright. Razor seems to be fully operational. Let's put another one. Because why not? No reason not to. I also don't want you outputting to that thing, so please. Not very efficient, I know, but it works to help with the silicon a little bit. Reminds me, I probably should get more water. Did you not hear me, Viper? Go back to mining, please. Okay, you know what? Just boost on top of the damn thing. Like, I don't know, is anyone hearing me? Am I having that problem again? Not having that problem again, am I? Oh god, now I'm paranoid. Apparently, as everyone disappeared. Well, that's not a very good sign, is it? Then again, it could have been YouTube, or maybe my... I don't know. Rather didn't go out, did it? Do I still have internet connection? Yes. Weird. Okay. Is YouTube crapping out? Even YouTube, and it seems to be playing. Is YouTube having issues now? Actually, I can check since I have that in my clipboard, my newest one, so I can check if it's actually... Actually, I can check since I have that in my... Yes, it is working, so... What the hell happened? Everyone just disappeared all of a sudden. The fuck? Post that there, I guess. That's bizarre as hell. I had everyone disappear like instantly before. I'm gonna assume it's YouTube source shit. Something I can't fix. That's what I'm gonna assume. Because I don't know what else to think. I want you to bunch up just slightly more. I would boost into that, but they do have a good amount of scatters there, which I don't want to play with. And plus the ripples aren't going to do that much damage to begin with. There are fuses right there, it's a bit scary. Try and outrange them because they will shred your units. Sure, they're only being fed titanium right now, but it don't matter much. These things have high DPS. No, I lost a trooper. I know it's only one, but still, it's sad. My soldiers. I probably could switch him over to a different unit. Like, the fortresses probably actually would be really good. It would take care of some stuff. Oh, I thought you... Yeah, of course. Default, the whole group was boosting, so you hitting the boost button, not making the single one boost at all. Unsurprising. Oh, bad titanium over there. Fascinating. Shovels. I don't want to get that close to the fuse, thank you. You can fuse away from me. And shields are a bit down, so going to back up for a moment. Can't build there because of core. Should be able to actually supply this amount. I imagine I'll be able to supply that with the solar panels. Find out real quick, I guess. Can't really make it any closer because there's a certain no build radius around cores. This is ends of Nikos. Wow. And then surprisingly, it's not very efficient charging. Because it's the middle of nighttime, so they're only outputting freehold power on the solar panels. But it's still gonna be more than enough, really. I don't know if those actually pierce through the shields with the water. Oh, those ones. Oh, of course you're teasing me with an overdrive there. They get overdrives, they get RTG generators. I don't yet. Ugh, such a tease. Ah, disconnected those salvos, huh? Really grouping up like that. Just shoot the core. You're fine. Yeah, bother. Oh, I can't claim the derelict launch pad. Because it's the legacy kind. That's so rude. I know why, but still. That's rude. What if I wanted it? What's even in these bolts? Is there anything actually in them? And of course I can't claim those RTG generators because I don't have them researched. And I also can't claim that overdrive projector as much as I would love to. Just coppering you guys? Yes. So many things they tease us with here. Actually, have I unlocked anything research-wise? I haven't unlocked that thing, of course. Nothing there, nothing there, nothing there. Pretty much nothing. I guess I should finally produce blast. That might be hiding something, wouldn't it? Like, it is very probable. Also possible doesn't, but those bolts had nothing in them. Cool. And I doubt these ones in the top right are gonna hold anything. Well, it doesn't hurt to check, I guess. Well, in a second, anyway. Come assist me, anyway. Why not? Or build power. Plus, you guys are all gonna be repaired by now, anyway. And nothing in those bolts, either. Seem to make it so any derelict vaults and containers don't contain any resources. I wonder why they made that change, to be honest. Don't make sense. Get rid of that thing real quick so we can produce a little bit of blast. Finally get that unlocked. Even though technically I could just make it right now, but... Okay, please. Oh right, you acquire spores. That's part of the reason why I don't like making blast. Spores, 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 spores. And also how hungry, water hungry the cultivators are. New material unlocked. Yeah, probably still didn't unlock anything though. What's up there? Scrap. Oh, molten scrap. That would also do another one. No, I probably should do that one. Melter. Molten scrap produced. Actually, that's not a bad thing, isn't it, for liquid turrets? Doesn't it put enemies on fire? I don't really think of using liquid scrap for it. Melting opposite. Oh, it has affinity with tar, so it decreases health and speed. And what about tar? Less speed, and it has affinity with burning and melting, of course. I didn't realize it would actually do that. Have it actually reduce health and speed. That is a very interesting one. Of course, I know what these two are. Phase and Surge Alloy. Which we haven't unlocked the buildings first, so we can't even make it in the first place. Well, I guess we can go to Extraction Outpost neat. Probably wouldn't be a bad idea. Like, that direction might go towards Impact, which would... Remember right, that's how you get Overdrive originally, is going to Impact. Really, that's in my memory. Could be wrong, of course. Oh. I didn't realize we were actually making that much. Well, if we're making that much titanium, then I'll just separate it back into 4 then. I guess I should finally upgrade this too. Yeah, I've accidentally cut off the power to that. Whoops! Well, that should help a little bit with the titanium, I imagine. Oh, shit, yeah. Oh, I don't need titanium going that direction, thank you. I also don't need the titanium leaving that as much. Alright. Actually, you know what I really want? Mass drivers. Why do I want mass drivers? I can actually use this blueprint. Such a good blueprint. Just had to put in a mass driver with titanium and oil, and you get titanium out in a massive amount. Why is one built? Ow. That'll do it. Silly little thing. I'm gonna shove you guys over there because you're not gonna be in the way if I put you over there. Of course, if I had an overdrive, I could overdrive these titanium drills to make even more plastanium. It's either gonna be tar fields or extraction outposts that's gonna lead to impact. I feel like it's gonna be with tar fields because that's how it's originally. Extraction outpost could be that way too, with all I know. I don't know the new layout. Oh, there's human coastline. You have to capture tar fields first to capture that. Okay. Need a school bastion? That's also a new one. I say tar fields. Because I feel like that's what I want the Gobi at. Alright. Oh, of course, they're teasing me again with a phase weaver. Yeah, thank you. I can totally use that right now. Thank you. A little bit of thorium over there. There's not a lot of... That's like the only thorium spot here. It's mostly just sand, oil, and water. Of course, you can turn oil into coal. Like, that is an option. Quite a bit indeed. Alright, first things first. Ollies and monos. And of course some water and power. Gotta worry about that as well. First, of course, we're gonna have to use just regular old boring drills. So much water here, I think I can just get away with using regular pumps anyway. First, I'm gonna add that light there, that light there. Of course, they're by default they're on flares, and I need to switch them over. Technically, I could just use combustors. That would also do the job nicely. But why do that? Also, would be a little faster to set up. Probably also cheaper resource-wise. With all that coal going to get more power. I'm gonna shove a battery in here. Save a little bit of that power. Now we just need to set these up. Connect this all. I can connect you over here. Yeah, that battery's almost full. And of course I'm about to be attacked real soon. It's only gonna be a wave 1, so it's probably only gonna be like, what, a dagger or two? Not real threatening. Well, at least not yet, anyway. And put faster than that. guess this is where I use a container. Seems to be outputting enough. Cool. And another one, because why not? Well, we could actually do it that way. Titanium conveyors. They're faster. The space overall. Okay, so you're in the top right. Oh, it's a Nova. Annoying part. Yeah, this is going to be annoying to defend. There's not a lot of clear space here. Can't build on top of that, of course. The fence was just gonna have to build it pretty terribly. Not gonna really let me have a lot of building room for some good defenses. This is gonna be a lot of fun. I think I'm gonna want some megas. I also should probably get a little bit of titanium going. Okay. Meow, meow. Of course, I am gonna do this. Oh, there's a little bit for him right there, I didn't realize. Crawlers. You guys can take a moment to repair that. Yeah, this place is gonna be fun. I am gonna need silicon going. That's actually a good spot for silicon. probably should at least some the titanium deposits alone. For the purposes of actually being able to get some plastanium going, considering all this oil. I can worry about that in a second. I'll also switch it all over to local water rather than water extractors to save on power. Later too. Oh yeah, I could also make thorium reactors. Yeah, we're technically a way of power here, even though there's not a lot of thorium, but I don't need too much input per se. Yeah, those are struggling because they're not getting enough water. Which isn't really too surprising, all things considered. Okay, with that, now they're actually outputting enough water. So they can output even more oil to turn into coal. Of course I can't put something there. Alright. Probably should actually build some defenses, wouldn't I? I could actually, use some fuses. Those actually are really good. Like, they are really fucking good. There's, like, not really much of a reason to not use them. These... Yeah, that thorium is definitely gonna be better. I do want to make sure there's enough output for defenses, so I am gonna use a container here. Music's just so fucking relaxing, I love it. I do actually need to worry about graphite real soon. Because I do need that as well. Better and worse, of course. Do I have enough? Yeah, they all acquire more graphite than I have. I used up all my graphite for that. I really need a mass driver. Now that clears up space for one more conveyor line. Not a whole lot, but it does. Alright. Make a bolt. Going to feed directly into these. Probably can't accept more than that for output for that amount anyway. Can merge a well, I'm gonna add a graphite to the silicon eventually. Oh. And of course these also need water so they can actually output. You need more silicon if anything. Besides more graphite. Yeah, as I figured, they couldn't accept a fourth one, unfortunately, for graphite production. It's sad. But I had to live with it. I do have coal in my core. So I can do that. Let's interact with some of these so they can output. Will increase my graphite gain. Okay, I'm gonna put one silo here. Actually, I could put... No, there's not enough room for two of them. Never mind. Well, two and an unloader. Thought there was a case, but unless that block wasn't there, it's impossible. Unfortunately. back to mining, please. Well, actually, you were never mining in the first place. You're a brand new poly. Alright. Head to putting mass graphite. Probably should have, yeah. That outputs into a mass driver. Don't have a mass driver. Assist the player! Graphite production must be made! We need more graphite! More! I'll add more silicon soon. Probably should build some quasars to get some more mining, because they would be very useful for that regard. Power grid's barely holding on there. It's totally cool. Where would be a good spot to place that? I don't have surge, so I can't really do that. Well, it's probably more reactors than I could feed feasibly, but I think it'll be fine. Of course, I'm not going to input them all directly first because I don't have titanium going in there yet. I don't want my reactors to blow up. You know, you think there would be some kind of like spell safe to not, you know, do that whole thing, but apparently not. Probably won't output that much titanium. That there. Actually, we haven't even seen air units yet. Probably a good thing. The back end's not working, that's why it's not producing any graphite. Being annoyed in that regard, of course. Was it the... Yeah, well, whatever. Why is it going that direction? Apparently I just put it the wrong way around. And lost all power. Well, we got a blackout. Well, first we gotta solve that problem. I guess it wasn't a good idea to have that many. Excess power, we'll go into that directly, please. Well, there's the air units. Woo, that was a lag spike. Well, arrogance, they come by. Which means we should actually get those reactors going. But the reactor... Because we need them to actually be outputting. And of course now it's all done. Well, we are slowly getting silicon, but not a whole lot. If you could make that, please. Alright, that helps a little bit with power. Those maces, so not much threat there. Yeah, power is pretty much positive now. Good. We actually are making excess titanium from that. Yeah, definitely gonna have to add some more silicon. Power's mostly positive. That side's definitely positive, that side's positive. Of course, because of that, it's just taking up a lot of space in that regard. It's silicon. Well, if I did move it more to the side... Oh great, how did silicon get in there? Oh, good thing I noticed that beforehand. I really don't know how silicon got into the thorium belt. Probably just switch those to thorium just to be safe in the future then. We can place. He's a hunk. He's an input right there. Alright, so thorium and titanium will get mixed into that thing, and those silicon or coal will get mixed into those belts. You'd go in red, I don't know. Guess why not? Oh, we could need some more silicon. It's slowly roaring to life. Silicon is just our biggest problem. Probably actually should get some glass going too soon. A bad idea. Actually, he's like pretty much do it here. Put that there, so I can input that there. that would be some glass. First, we're gonna want as much glass as we can get, so oil it up. Well, it's not oil, but whatever. Close enough. Especially since those reactors do also require glass as well, so it is a good idea to step. Get that finally going. Considering they like this spot a lot, I am going to put some of those there too. Okay, so now that input's too little. Gotta mix that silicon belt with the thorium. Super silicon, it really is super silicon. And there goes all the silicon. Alright. I probably should actually be making blast compound. That probably wouldn't be a bad idea. So I need sand, which is easy, lead, bit of there, coal. There's coal there. Can turn that into coal in reality, so not that bad. How much do you output? You output 6 to make 2 coal a second? You can tell I never really personally messed with these before. Right over here. I'm gonna have to switch you around. Don't want you that close. Yeah, good idea. You might get oil in you, and I definitely don't need the oil in that. Also, when it's supposed to be putting out the fires, not creating fires. Alright. Get Let's go in. And of course they're not getting enough water in that, so... I might as well just get rid of these water extractors. I can repipe it. And that also needs some water as well. I forgot about that part. That's such an old design. That when you can chain like underflows and inverted sorters to make a really fast way of transferring items. Part of the reason why Plastadium conveyors were actually made was because that was just so fast. Just way too good. It had to be removed from existence, unfortunately. But we did get Plastanium conveyors in exchange, so... fair exchange, if anything. At least that's my opinion. So... I am a bit worried. Because again, there's not a whole lot of space here for defenses, so... it could get really annoying trying to defend. Slowly filling. Okay, that is definitely way too much coal extractors, apparently. Yeah, that should help a little bit. Keyword just a little bit, because apparently he's not outputting that much. Yeah, then maybe I should just have it be pyrite instead. That probably would be a little bit more efficient. Oh, I see how you work. Probably would help if those blast mixers in the back would also be outputting. Now wouldn't it? This should help. Never realized there was blast mixers back there too. Tells you how little I really use that blueprint. First we want a container, as usual. And here comes crawlers and novas. Not a whole lot. Those are surprisingly tanky, all that ammo. That's a bit scary. I don't like that. Not at all. Alright. Well, if I make a line first, it'd probably be easier. this. Alright, I think that would be a pretty good setup. Getting that extra titanium going. But of course that means I probably should actually redo this. Probably actually do it like that. And that should output quite a bit of titanium. Oh, if it's powered. It would probably help if it was powered, wouldn't it? Yeah, unsurprisingly, there's not enough titanium going in at this moment, but that's why there's other titanium spots. If I take the belt from here, that should be able to output enough water to support that. Should have saw that one coming. Should have saw it coming. So you guys also like to come over here. That's because you know I have some really nasty production that could go up in flames. Why would you do that? Like, why? What did it ever do to you? Okay, help assist me, please. Now you can go back to repair. That bolt will take a while to fill up from reality, but it should be fine. All things considered. Well, well, well. He's going out faster than I thought. Might have to turn it around just to get more throughput overall. Kind of well, it depends on how much is being consumed here, if it's going fast enough or not. Doesn't seem like it's going fast enough. Probably means I just need to do that. Alright, you're not gonna do that because blah blah blah. I'll put you like that, you do that. I don't like that. I'm gonna do it that way instead. Of course, that's also gonna require own oil. I guess this is just hard because of the little defense area. It seems just to be about it. Oh. I forgot something. I forgot to add an output. Very good, now I can output. That's so funny, I messed that up. So easy. And now we're not outputting enough. It is slowly getting blocked up. Well, well, well. Can you move over there? I would like to be able to see what the fuck I'm doing. Hat crawlers. Yes. Oh, by adding that little space, I can make it a little easier. Oops. That makes it slightly easier, I guess. In that case, I also might as well, Oh, you guys aren't getting enough water? Really? Not enough? How could you not be getting enough? How about that much? Will that be enough? Seems like it will. Cool. Alright. Before I forget, I am going to add this. Just to get even more production going on the resourcing. I'm gonna have to do it like that. Not as optimal because there's no, phase conveyor bridges, but it's still gonna work. I really do need to stop pausing the game so much. I don't need to. Like, there's no reason to be pausing it. It's not like I'm under threat right now. So I do want some lights over here too. Goddamn dark in these places. I want you to mine. I think. I thought it was fine, but apparently not. And now my power's in Death Spiral land again. At least I can get some cryo going. Come on, output. Hey. Of course, my power grid's suffering too much. All because I wasn't adding correctly, apparently. Which means I am gonna have to now, hopefully all these solar panels help a lot. If they were now putting 0.8 power. Well, it's slowly getting there. Wasn't for the sandstorm, it'd probably be up with a lot more power. Not only just a lot more power, but get more thorium out of it too. probably just gonna have to suck up every bit of thorium possible from the belt at the moment so we can actually resupply the reactors. Probably why you make a stockpile. It's a very beneficial, apparently. Also go grab some titanium, please. I know that's not gonna add a whole lot, but it's still gonna be a little bit of something at least. Every little bit of thorium helps right now. And I do mean every little bit. Okay, probably can get rid of this side. I don't think we need that much power at this moment. Wow, that's not actually enough oil? The oil? Really? You know, I wasn't expecting it to be the oil of all things that was not keeping up with that. I really did not expect oil. The fun real part is us getting it over there. Keep it along this line, it won't intersect with the water. And I can put it over there. I don't think that will intersect. At least that's what it seems like anyway. So far the pipe is empty. Nothing. Yep. Alright, we seem to have enough oil now. Like this barely. We're getting quite a bit of titanium as a result. Titanium that we And use... Be a bad idea to have these guys actually be behind them. No, I had them in the middle because obvious reasons, though. This is the weaker side, so I definitely want that to have a little bit more cyclones. Alright. Now we need some of you guys. Be making the reverse trip. Tie it all nicely together. Actually, I wanted to go that way. But of course, you need a little bit more there. Put rum right there. Assist me, please. I acquire the build power. Oh, these don't require silicon. Didn't they used to require silicon? I could have sworn they used to. Could I be remembering wrong? Well, I guess it's possible I could be remembering that cyclones didn't acquire silicon before. A guardian approaches in 10 waves. A Vera. Terribly terrifying. Actually, I should actually have a bolt here. For very obvious reasons, of course. Some resource stockpiling is a good idea with ammo. And I should probably upgrade you to a bolt as well. Even though you're probably not going to get used that much, but you never know. I also don't need all you guys anymore because the reactors are rebuilt and refueled fully. That stupid accident, which we shall not talk about. Help me. Go back in mine. Don't I have something? Scrap the impact, that's it. I have for scrap, of course. Don't have that because that acquires surge. Don't have surge ability. My. Well, I can just split these up to 2 halves. Some silicon is going over there. To help. We'll put this slightly. now we're on excess oil, pretty much. Good problem to have. Yeah, apparently that wasn't just outputting enough in one conveyor. That's not too surprising, really. Much more throughput limited. That'll help with titanium getting through. Yes, send your troops. Send them all. What can I pair with blasts? Freezing. Would be a bit hard to do. Brawlers and Quasars. How is this hard again? This feels just really easy. Maybe it's because of my technology level, I guess. Holy bombers. And they instantly got annihilated, oh my god. I know they're only tier 2 units, but still. That was pretty quick. Well, we are getting a bit more thorium now. Graphite's probably coming in a better amount. Yeah, still a considerable amount of thorium still going just to the reactors. Probably could trim down. Deconstructing this a little too slow. It's probably gonna explode if I don't actually predid my guys. It is pretty much fine. Oh, this build is pretty much cleared up. And yeah, unsurprisingly, it's just oil, 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 and more oil. So I'm just using the oil for, other reasons. Oh, there's impact! It is right after tar fields. God damn. So I was right with going to tar fields first. It's already been 3 hours and a half, oh my god. Yeah, blink and 3 hours have gone by. And that tells you that it's one of my favorite games, after all. I actually would like some megas. Let's help with the other resources, please. Get it all going. Actually, no. You guys don't need to do coal at all. Kinda surprised we're not making that much glass. I know it's partially because of lead, but still. Just crawlers, really? I don't really have one just for... I don't really have a core schematic only. Probably could figure out how to make a glass one eventually, but... I don't know. I'm gonna take that mega, thank you. I would like a mega. Yeah, I wanna watch those bombers get annihilated again. That's like instantly kind of deletion. I love it. It's so funny. Actually, didn't Plastanium also have an effect? Apparently not. Surge gives shock? I didn't know that about Surge. That's an interesting interaction. There is probably not gonna hit over here for a while now, considering the ground units are going that way, but... I might as well. It's for the extra defense. I don't think it's going to be able to get through this defense no matter what. Actually, I can just switch this to Plastanium. Not like they go that direction anyway, because there's more fuses. Okay, there, Guardian. How do you fare? Oh, interesting. The tier 3 spiders actually overlapped them. Can't really heal if they're all dead, huh? Yeah, that thing wasn't scary. Ain't sad. Human coastline. Remains of alloy synthesis technology have been detected at this location. Repel the enemy attacks, capture the sector, and acquire the technology. So that might be where you get Surge Alloy then. With an impact 0078. Wait, is that a fucking Gundam reference? That 1-year war. Yeah, probably not. So that's 00. Well, it's 79, not 78. Well, anyway. Here lies the remains of an interstellar transport vessel that first entered this system. Salvage as much as possible from the wreckage. Research any intact technology. That's gonna be nice for next time. Because I don't want to continue for tonight. Nope. Oh, well, there's Launchpad over there. That's probably Surge. Could be Surge or Phase, I don't know which. I mean, Coastline, of course. That's probably Surge Alloy. That's gonna be Overdrive, or might be Overdrive. Of course, that all requires Phase for that logic. That's gonna be Overdrive. Never mind. One of these is gonna be Impact, one of these is gonna be RGG. RGG is gonna acquire Phase Fabric. Of course, Impact is gonna acquire Surge. And of course, that's Phase Fabric for that one, and then that's of course Phase Walls. And then Naval Fortress to be able to get the Tier 2 sprayer? I don't even know where that is. You're telling me I can't have it till I go to Naval Fortress? Where the hell's Naval Fortress? Of course, Human Coastline for that thing. Human Coastline has 2 separate branches. Kind of funny that we could just randomly go to the other planet if we really wanted to. All the way over there. You don't have to stick to one planet. Want to. Ugh. Outside of glass production here, it's pretty much just good. I am gonna add that. Whatever, good enough. It's all going. Alright. Back to nuclear complex. Oh. Having that kind of throughput issue, are you? Oh my god, stop pushing me! I might as well move the glass back over to the silicon line to help with that. Excellent. God. Really frustrating. Oh, you're supposed to go that way. There we go. Much more throughput again. Not titanium. Should help quite a bit, I imagine. Because you guys don't get in my way. Pretty good. put those up. Let's make it a little nicer looking there. Not a good oil spot. Technically is, yeah. They don't really need oil here. I'm eventually gonna have to worry about sending resources. Probably gonna do it with like one of these extra sectors. These extra sectors are probably gonna have like all the good resources and all. Much more space. It'll be a lot less limiting, to say the least. Anyway. That's enough for today. If anyone's watching this afterwards, thank you for coming by and watching. I hope it was always decently entertaining of a stream. Can't imagine it was too bad. But yeah, I definitely had my fun. As usual, of course. I was hoping I was actually gonna get overdrive this stream. I miss my overdrive. It's just such a good little thing just to get just a little bit more production, even if you're not feeding it phase. But it helps. Also, it does make the power buildings also produce more power, and it makes the belts go faster, and blah blah blah. Everything pretty much goes faster, except for power pulse. And probably logic, too. Those are probably like the only exceptions. Well, I guess technically the core is another exception, because you can't speed that up. Anyway. I will be back on Friday with more Golden Sun: The Lost Age. Kind of funny thinking that we're not that far away from beating that one. Though I only feel like I'm like halfway beating this game. Well, at least in the first plot anyway. But yeah. Thank you for coming by, and I'll be back then. See you then.